Well, speaking of Waller, though, we may as well slide
Yeah.
into takeaway number 2 because it is, in fact, Darren Waller looking like a difference maker out there in his first game with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Listen, this dude was standing next to Patrick Paul, and Patrick Paul looked small. It's just
Yeah.
like, what
It's
is
insane.
happening?
It's
This dude
insane.
is so big. Yeah, I think I don't expect Darren Waller to be playing between the 20s, but I expect him to have a huge impact in the red zone.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw last night, and maybe that's because we're easing him in or whatnot. But I think Julian Hill did an absolutely fine job helping
Perfect.
get us down the field. And then when we needed the big body, physical receiver who can go up, he did go up and toe tap the ball.
Yo, that touchdown was
like
fucking wild.
Incredible. I thought Tua was throwing it away.
Mm-hmm.
And Darren Waller came down with it.
Yo, but Tua, that was a dot though by Tua. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, it ended up being one, but like when he initially let it go, I was like, where the hell is he throwing that ball?
Yeah. And that's what height, that's the difference that height makes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what you and I have been preaching for years now is, we have a lot of fast, short guys. We need a different body type in this room.
If you've been listening to us for even a little while, you know that we were extremely skeptical about this move. Giving away
understatement.
Giving away Jonnu Smith, who had 800 yards and 9 touchdowns or something like that last year for pennies, and then trading a conditional 6th-round pick to bring in a guy who's been retired for a year because he didn't want to play football anymore. Very questionable decision. And then it was radio silence, right? After the trade, he went immediately on the non-football injury list, and he stayed there for a while. And then, of course, they had to put him somewhere on the active roster to start the season, and then we haven't seen him in 3 weeks.
Yep.
So to see him get elevated and make such an impact in the first, like you said, this guy dealt with injuries when he was in football shape and was playing the best years of his career. I am hopeful especially now that we've lost Tyreek, that his impact continues to be something that we can rely on throughout the year.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this knowing you because we're so close, right? So I know you'll agree with this. I think it's, and I don't mean to douse the flames of what the Waller performance with 2 touchdowns and coming up clutch with big blocks and big receptions and all of that stuff. I think we also as fans need to take a breath because, again, to your point, he was out of football for a while. He is injury prone. And yes, where he did have a 2 touchdown game and looked absolutely phenomenal last night. I'm not trying to move the goalposts on him because at the beginning, when we signed him, we did a show and we were like, okay, if he gives us 4 touchdowns on the year and 400 yards, that was a great signing, right? And he's halfway there from a touchdown standpoint.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're not like, hey, we have the next Travis Kelce. Hey, all is good. And then when he flames out again and gets injured next game, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not trying to piss in anyone's Cheerios. However, it was a phenomenal game. And I hope to God, talking about eating crow, I hope I'm wrong, right? I hope he goes out and breaks records or at the very least produces on a regular basis for us. I'm trying to be a Dolphins fan, a normal Dolphins fan, and trying to take a breath and understand where his routes were crisp. He is a physical monster on the field, or at least he seemed like it against the Jets. And he seemed to have pretty damn good chemistry with Tua, all things considered. I mean, I don't know how much time they've been putting on together off the field, but they were in rhythm. I mean, Tua, if you go back, I watched some of the replays and the all 22 before the show. Some of those passes where Waller didn't even have his head turned. Tua released it, Waller turned, bang. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good comp here. OBJ did nothing for us when we had him and then cut him. And our boy Taylor often compared it to Will Fuller signing many a year ago where he signed for a bunch of money and then I don't think he played it down.
Not a single one.
Yeah. So Darren Waller, listen, we're not putting you on a pedestal, but man, we're hoping for some good things out of him there.
And we're going to need him. And that's really, it's scary, right? Yeah. To put that much kind of emphasis on, hey, we can't afford you to make a mistake. We can't afford you to get injured, right? Which is not fair to him, right? Because again, to your point, it's been multiple years. He's ramping up. It's all slow. He's older, so he needs time. But dude, it's like we don't have time. If we're trying to turn the season around, we don't have time.